Home Alone is one of the most rewatched Christmas movies ever. But behind Kevin's legendary holiday chaos are 20 weird, surprising, and emotional facts most fans have never heard. From behind-the-scenes accidents to hidden symbolism, casting surprises, and production miracles, this movie is packed with secrets that make every rewatch feel brand new. So grab your pizza and settle in, because we're about to dig into the attic of 90s nostalgia. Number 1. Kevin's scream was completely unscripted. The aftershave moment, Kevin slapping his cheeks and unleashing that iconic shriek, was never written that way. Originally, Macaulay Culkin was supposed to pat his face, then react mildly. But during the take, Culkin instinctively kept his hands glued to his cheeks and delivered a full-blown scream directly into them. The crew burst out laughing, and director Chris Columbus instantly knew they'd captured something unforgettable.
Other than that, I'm in good shape.
That accidental scream became the face of the film, used in posters, trailers, and decades of holiday parodies. A totally improvised moment turned into cinema history. Number 2. Joe Pesci actually bit Macaulay Culkin's finger. To maintain real tension between Harry and Kevin, Joe Pesci avoided Culkin off camera so the kid would genuinely find him intimidating. But things got a little too real during one scene. While filming the moment Harry threatens Kevin, Pesci accidentally, or maybe method acting intentionally, bit Culkin's finger, leaving a small scar Culkin still has today.
I off every one of these little fingers, one at a time.
The crew was stunned, Pesci apologized, and Hollywood learned something. If Joe Pesci says he's staying in character, watch your fingers. Number 3. The snow was made from potato starch. Chicago was unusually warm during filming, so the winter wonderland you see in the movie had to be created from scratch. The crew mixed potato flakes, potato starch, and biodegradable foam to simulate snow. It looked realistic, but it smelled strange, clung to everything, and drifted through the neighborhood like a mashed potato blizzard. It worked so well that a local theater later bought the fake snow to use in stage productions. Only in the 90s could a Christmas classic run on potatoes. Number 4. The tarantula on Marv's face was 100% real. Daniel Stern wasn't thrilled about having a real tarantula crawl on his face, but he agreed because the fake one looked too plastic. He allowed just one take. Because loud noises could scare the spider, Stern had to mime his famous high-pitched scream, staying completely silent while looking absolutely terrified.
Harry, help me, get out! I got him!
The scream audio was added later, but that panic in his eyes, that was as real as it gets. Number 5. The basement furnace was a practical effect. The monstrous furnace with glowing eyes and snapping jaws wasn't CGI. The effects team created a mechanical furnace rig with wire-controlled jaws, internal lights, and timed sound cues. The goal was to make it feel like the kind of exaggerated nightmare every kid imagines in a dark basement. A childhood fear turned into a living creature. A surprisingly dark detail for a Christmas comedy. And that's why it sticks with you. Number 6. The entire movie was canceled mid-production. Halfway through filming, Home Alone was shut down by 20th Century Fox. They thought it was too expensive and pulled the plug. But here's the twist. Producer Scott Rudin and writer John Hughes had already been secretly talking to Warner Bros. The moment the shutdown was announced, Warner swooped in and revived the entire project. Same sets, same cast, same crew. If that studio switch hadn't happened within hours, Home Alone wouldn't exist. It's one of the biggest near misses in Christmas movie history. Number 7. Old Man Marley was added at the last minute. The heart of the movie, Old Man Marley, wasn't in the original script. John Hughes later realized Kevin needed emotional depth, not just slapstick. Marley became the film's soul. A gentle reminder of forgiveness, family wounds, and unlikely Christmas miracles. The church conversation between Kevin and Marley is one of the movie's most powerful scenes, and it was created late in the writing process.
You can say hello when you see me. You don't have to be afraid. There's a lot of things going around about me, but none of it's true.
A last-minute addition became the emotional anchor of the entire film. Number 8. Macaulay Culkin. Filmed 18-hour days, but legally couldn't. Macaulay Culkin was only 9 years old during filming, meaning his working hours were heavily restricted by child labor laws. But Home Alone was a massive production on a tight schedule, and Culkin was in nearly every scene.
You're completely helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
She's right, Kev.
Excuse me, pupils, I'm a lot smaller than you.
So the crew developed a strange system. They built entire shot lists around Culkin's legally allowed time, filming every setup twice. First with him, then again using a stand-in child with the same height and silhouette. This meant production often stretched to 18-hour days, even though Culkin himself could only work a handful of hours. Lighting, blocking, camera angles, everything was optimized to squeeze his scenes in before time ran out.
I'm not an idiot. Oh, really? You're so helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
Chris was very, very good with me.
The result? A 9-year-old actor carried a full-length Hollywood film almost single-handedly, while the adult crew worked overtime trying to keep up. Number 9, the movie was shot in a real high school, including Kevin's house interiors. The inside of the McAllister home, the living room, kitchen, dining room, and even the flooded basement wasn't filmed inside the actual house. It was all built inside the gymnasium of a real, closed-down high school in Illinois.
Hey, I'm not afraid anymore. I said I'm not afraid anymore.
The school became a little filmmaking city. Classrooms turned into offices. The gym turned into the McAllister's home. The swimming pool became the flooded basement set. The auditorium housed the crew's workshops. This allowed the team to drill holes, flood rooms, crash stunt rigs, and rig entire hallways with traps without damaging a real home. So every time Kevin booby-traps something, you're watching a gymnasium disguised as a mansion. Movie magic at its purest. Number 10. The BB gun shot was real, and Daniel Stern regretted everything. When Kevin fires the BB gun at Marv through the doggy door, Daniel Stern expected a safe, harmless effect. But the prop department set up the shot using actual BB pellets.
Be a good little fella now and open the door.
Stern agreed to let one hit him in the forehead, just to make it look good, expecting a gentle tap.
Yes!
The little jerk is armed! That's it! That's it!
Instead, the BB stung like a wasp, and Stern's reaction of sudden shock is completely genuine. Afterward, he joked that he should have asked for hazard pay, but it was too late. The scene was already immortalized. Hollywood rule: never agree to just one real take. Number 11. The paint cans would have killed the wet bandits in real life. Fans have calculated it, Mythbusters tested it, and stunt experts confirm it. Those paint can swings that hit Marv and Harry in the face would have caused fractured skulls, brain damage, or worse. But here's the weirdest part. The stunt was designed to be safer than it looks. The paint cans were hollow, filled with lightweight material, and had hidden cushion layers. The cables controlling them were operated by stunt coordinators to control the perfect impact moment. The result is the illusion of catastrophic force, with surprisingly gentle contact. Still, in reality, the wet bandits wouldn't have survived Kevin's funhouse for more than 30 seconds. Number 12. Pesci had to tone down his language for a kids' movie. Joe Pesci, known for Goodfellas and Casino, had a, let's just say, colorful vocabulary. So when he needed to express frustration without swearing, he created a bizarre workaround. Pesci invented his own cartoon-style gibberish, a kind of angry mumbling that sounded like half-censored mobster rage.
To go back downstairs through his funhouse so we get all tore up.
You're gonna call the cops!
He's not calling it from a treehouse!
He called it his family-friendly curse language. It wasn't in the script. It was Pesci's own invention to keep Harry feeling like a dangerous, unpredictable character without breaking the PG rating. That rapid-fire jumble of fake swear words became one of the film's most iconic comedic rhythms. Number 13. The McAllister House became a tourist attraction overnight. After the film released, the real house in Winnetka, Illinois, already large and impressive, became a pilgrimage site for Home Alone fans. People lined the sidewalks, posed for photos with the driveway, recreated Kevin's scream, and even snuck up to the windows hoping to see the exact angles from the movie. The homeowners were overwhelmed.
No, not me, but just like Kevin McAllister, in the very house where they filmed the iconic Christmas classic.
They eventually had to install security measures, restrict visits, and years later, sell the home partly because fans never stopped coming. Today, it's one of the most iconic movie houses in the world, a symbol of 90s childhood and holiday magic. Number 14. Chewing gum was used to create the illusion of shattered ice. Remember the scene where Harry slips on the icy steps? The effect wasn't made with real ice. That would have been too dangerous and unpredictable. Instead, the crew used layers of gloss-coated rubber, plastic, and crushed crystallized chewing gum to mimic the look and texture of broken ice. It was slick enough to be believable on camera, but safe enough for stunt performers to fall repeatedly without injury. Just one more example of how Home Alone used simple tricks, not CGI, to create classic physical comedy. Number 15. John Candy filmed his entire role in a single day.
Gus Polinski. How are you? Polka King of the Midwest.
Feels like a warm, comforting presence in the movie, but John Candy was only on set for one day, shooting for almost 23 straight hours. Because his schedule was impossibly tight, Candy agreed to a marathon session. Most of his lines were improvised, including the entire polka band van speech, the airport banter, and even the bizarre funeral home anecdote that left the crew laughing off camera. His performance was so effortless that Chris Columbus later said it felt like having comedic royalty stop by, steal the scene, and disappear. One day of magic, and a character fans remember forever. Number 16. The pizza delivery gag was created, using real VHS overdubs. The famous Angels with Filthy Souls scene, where Kevin uses the gangster movie audio to scare the pizza guy, wasn't just written as a joke. It was filmed to look exactly like a forgotten 1930s noir film. The lighting, the camera grain, the acting style, everything was designed to mimic early Hollywood crime dramas. But here's the coolest detail. To get the cheap VHS aesthetic, the editors deliberately degraded the footage, copying it back and forth between tapes until it looked like something you'd rent from a gas station video shelf in the late 80s.
Before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
The result was so convincing that many viewers thought it was a real old movie. Nope, it was made just for Home Alone. Number 17. The McAllister budget debate became a running joke. Fans have always asked the same question. What did Peter McAllister do for a living to afford that massive house and a family trip to Paris? Here's the weird part. Even the cast and crew joked about it. During downtime, people on set tried to guess his mysterious job. Some said he was a politician. Others joked he was in the mob. One writer claimed Hughes intentionally avoided giving him a profession to make him feel like the idealized upper-middle American dad. To this day, the movie never explains his income, making it one of the most strangely enduring mysteries in 90s pop culture. Number 18. Kevin's grocery scene was inspired by real store security protocol. When Kevin walks into the grocery store confidently buying laundry detergent, mac and cheese, and a toothbrush, the clerk's suspicion wasn't exaggerated for comedy.
Are those microwave dinners any good? I don't know. I'll give them a whirl.
In the late 80s, many Midwest grocery stores had strict rules about kids buying certain items alone, especially basic household goods. Store managers frequently asked questions to verify a child's age or whether the purchase was legitimate. Chris Columbus used those real experiences to build the scene. That awkward confrontation? It was based on actual store policies at the time. It's a moment that hits home with anyone who grew up in that era, the feeling of trying to act older than you really were. Number 19. The zipline stunt was more dangerous than anyone expected. Kevin escaping to his treehouse on the backyard zipline looks like harmless fun. But behind the scenes, the stunt department realized the cable could snap under real stunt weight pressure. So they built a reinforced steel rig that could hold nearly 6 times the weight required. They performed multiple pressure tests, re-engineered the anchor points, and ultimately ran the line through a hidden support beam behind the McAllister house facade. The final shot used a lightweight stunt double and a mix of clever angles. What looks like simple backyard mischief was actually a carefully engineered miniature stunt sequence. Just another example of how Home Alone mixed childlike fantasy with surprisingly serious technical planning. Number 20. The movie was edited in only a few weeks and saved by the music. The final cut of Home Alone was rushed. Studio deadlines forced editor Raja Gosnell to assemble the film in a matter of weeks, not months. Early cuts felt choppy, and the emotional beats didn't land. Everything changed when John Williams delivered the score. The moment the music was added, especially Somewhere in My Memory, the entire tone shifted. Suddenly the movie felt warm, magical, nostalgic, and emotional. Chris Columbus has said the score saved the movie, binding the comedy, heart, and Christmas spirit together. It's hard to imagine Home Alone without that music, and yet the score arrived so late that it nearly didn't make it into the film in time. Home Alone isn't just a holiday classic. It's a perfectly balanced mix of childhood fantasy, emotional warmth, and behind-the-scenes chaos that somehow turned into movie magic. Even after all these years, every trap, every scream, and every Christmas moment still hits with pure 90s nostalgia. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the weird secrets behind the film, hit that like button and subscribe for more movie memories. And tell us below, which moment from Home Alone will always stick with you? And remember, whether you're escaping wet bandits or escaping real life for a few minutes, you've always got a seat here at Rewatch Club.